My husband hid a secret about his past on our wedding night, and I exposed him to everyone in the family. I found the arrest record on our wedding night while looking for his passport in his overnight bag. We were supposed to leave for Santorini at 6 a.m., but there it was, tucked behind his wallet, a courthouse document from 2018 showing Derek had been charged with domestic violence against his ex-girlfriend. The same ex he told me cheated on him. The same ex he said was crazy and manipulative. The charges were dropped, but the restraining order wasn't. 3 years. She'd been terrified of him for 3 years. I was still in my wedding dress when I read it. 4 hours married. 200 guests had just watched me promise forever to a man who'd hidden something this massive. My hands shook as I Googled his ex's name. Found her LinkedIn. Her Facebook was private, but her sister's wasn't. The sister had posts from 2018. Hospital photos. A bruised face with a caption, "Some men are monsters in designer suits." The comments mentioned Derek by name. He was in the shower, humming our first dance song. 7 years together, 2 years engaged, and he'd never mentioned an arrest. Never mentioned a restraining order. When I asked about his ex early in our relationship, he said she'd broken his heart, that she'd cheated with his best friend. I'd held him while he cried about it. I'd hated her for him. I'd even told my friends what a survivor he was, getting through such betrayal. The bathroom door opened. He came out towel drying his hair, smiling at me like I was his whole world. "Ready for paradise, Mrs. Morrison?" That's when I held up the paper. His face went from confused to pale to something I'd never seen before. Cold. Calculating. The mask slipping just enough for me to see what his ex must have seen before the first hit. "Baby, let me explain." His voice was different. Controlled. That was all her lies. She was trying to destroy me because I caught her cheating. You know how vindictive women can be when they get caught. He actually said that. To me. His wife. Like I wasn't a woman who could see through this suddenly transparent man. "The hospital photos?" I asked. "What hospital photos?" But his jaw clenched. He knew exactly what photos. I pulled them up on my phone. His ex's sister's Facebook. The bruises. The stitches. The date matching his arrest record. These hospital photos, Derek. She did that to herself. Or her new boyfriend did it. She was trying to frame me for money. My lawyer proved it was all fake. But there was no lawyer's name on the dismissal. The charges were dropped when she didn't show up to court. The restraining order told a different story. I stood up, still in my wedding dress, and walked past him to my laptop. He followed, talking faster now. "Jessica, you're overreacting. This is our wedding night. We can talk about this when we get back." His hand grabbed my wrist. Not hard, but firm. Possessive. I looked at his fingers wrapped around my arm and finally understood why his ex didn't show up to court. "Let go." My voice was steady. He did, but he positioned himself between me and the door. "You're not thinking clearly. You're emotional. Let's just go to bed and deal with this tomorrow." The condescension in his voice made my decision for me. I opened my laptop and started typing while he watched, his breathing getting heavier behind me. I logged into Facebook. Into the family group chat his mother had created for wedding updates. 67 members. Every aunt, uncle, cousin, and family friend who just watched us get married. I uploaded the arrest record. The hospital photos. The restraining order. Then I typed, "Found these in Derek's bag tonight." The ex he said cheated on him. Thoughts? "What are you doing?" He lunged for the laptop, but I hit send before he could stop me. "You fucking bitch, you have no idea what you just did." There it was. The real Derek. The one his ex had met. The notifications started immediately. His mother called him within 30 seconds, screaming so loud I could hear her through his phone. His father texted me directly, "Take it down now." His sister was typing, then not typing, then typing again. The cousins who'd just given drunken speeches about true love were suddenly silent. Then his uncle, a lawyer, commented, "This is defamation. Delete this immediately or face legal consequences." Derek grabbed his phone and left the room to do damage control. I could hear him in the hallway, his voice shifting between rage and desperation. "Mom, she's lost her mind." "It was all dismissed, Dad." "No, Uncle Phil, don't call her, I'll handle it." But I wasn't handling anything anymore. I was done being handled. I packed while he was on the phone. Not everything, just essentials. My grandmother's jewelry. My laptop. The wedding cards I hadn't opened yet, full of checks we'd need to return. I texted my sister, "Coming to your place. Don't ask questions yet." Then I screenshotted every response in the family chat before his uncle could convince me to delete it. His teenage cousin had written, "I knew something was off about him." His aunt, "That poor girl." And now poor Jessica. His own grandmother, "I'm ashamed." Derek came back to find me zipping my suitcase. "You've ruined everything. My reputation. My family. Over something that happened 5 years ago that wasn't even real." He was blocking the door again. This time I recognized the tactic. "Move," I said. "We're married. You can't just leave. We need to work this out." His voice was soft again, pleading. The same voice that had convinced me his ex was the villain. "I love you, Jessica. Don't let her lies ruin what we have. Her lies have stitches and medical records. You're making a mistake. Nobody will forgive you for this. My family, our friends, everyone at the wedding will remember you as the bride who went crazy on her wedding night." He stepped closer. "Who's going to believe you anyway? I'll tell everyone you were drunk. Emotional. That you've been unstable during wedding planning." My phone buzzed. A Facebook message from a name I didn't recognize. Rachel. His ex. "Thank you for believing me. Get out now while you can. It starts with grabbing. Call the police if you need to." I showed him the message. His face contorted. "You contacted her? My ex? On our wedding night?" The accusation in his voice almost made me laugh. "Almost. No, Derek. Your arrest record contacted her." He punched the wall beside my head. Not me, but close enough that I felt the wind from his fist. The drywall cracked. "Look what you made me do. This is your fault. All of it." I called 911 on speaker. "I need help. My husband is preventing me from leaving," and just punched a wall next to my head. I gave the address while Derek stepped back, his face cycling through emotions like a slot machine. The operator asked if I was safe. "For now," I said, staring straight at him. He left before the police arrived. Grabbed his keys and drove off in his tux, leaving me in my wedding dress to explain to 2 officers why I needed an escort to my sister's house. They were kind. They'd seen this before. The younger one said, "First night is better than 10 years and 2 kids later." The annulment was filed Monday morning. Derek had already started his campaign. I was mentally unstable. I had pre-wedding psychosis. I had fabricated evidence to destroy him. But Rachel had kept everything. Every photo, every medical record, every threatening text he'd sent from burner phones. She sent them all to me, and I sent them to his family, his employer, our entire wedding guest list. He was fired within a month. His company couldn't risk the liability. His family split between those who believed him and those who finally saw the pattern. His mother still calls me sometimes, crying, apologizing for raising a monster. I don't forgive her. She knew. They always know. I lost $15,000 on the wedding. The vendors kept their deposits. The honeymoon was non-refundable. But I gained something worth more, the rest of my life without walking on eggshells, without wondering when the grabbing would become hitting, without becoming another hospital photo in someone's Facebook post. Rachel and I talk sometimes. Not friends exactly, but trauma bonds differently. She told me I was lucky it was only one night. She told me the bruises fade but the flinching takes years to stop. She told me Derek already has a new girlfriend, someone young who believes his story about 2 crazy exes. We both tried to warn her. She blocked us both. She'll learn what we learned, just later and with more scars. The wedding dress went to Goodwill. Someone else can have their happy ending in it. Mine came the moment I hit send on that family group chat, when I chose the truth over the lie I'd married. Some nights I think about the woman who'll find that arrest record next. I hope she finds it sooner than her wedding night. I hope she's smarter than I was. I hope she runs. But mostly I'm just grateful that the monster showed his face before the honeymoon ended, before the kids came, before I became a statistic instead of just a story.